asked me to do more video game industry related vlogs. It poured last night, so I don't want to push my luck too much on really greasy Southern California roads. So I'm taking the car today. But I guess one thing I could talk about from Fallout New Vegas development was we were posed a challenge somewhere, I don't know, middle of development. I was working on, I think, Cottonwood Cove at the time. And Chris Avalone, in like the morning team meeting, posed a challenge to the team, at least the design team, and said, hey, I just watched this really cool movie. Well, a bunch of us had watched it, and there was a weapon where toward the end, basically the entire, spoilers for the movie, but basically the entire squad got wiped out, and the big hero of the movie that goes into the big enemy's den at the very end, and he does this big boss fight type thing. He takes all of the dog tags from his fallen comrades, wraps them around his hand, and has this gigantic metal fist that pretty much goes along with Fallout because you got the power fist in there. But he had this big metal fist weapon that was all dog tags. So he was like, hey, if you can come up with a weapon that's cool, that uses dog tags, and ideally existing models or whatever, then I will give you $100. So of course everybody looked around and was like, damn, that's some good beer money. So I jumped right into the editor and threw together a weapon. At least the stats for it, the effects, the skill requirements, all that kind of stuff. It's actually pretty quick to do in their engine, which is now the creation engine with Skyrim. If they do another Fallout, then it'd be interesting to check out their editor at that point. Might do some mods. But, so I threw the weapon together, but we didn't really have good art that you could just cobble together to make it look like a dog tag fist. So I used a temp dog tag icon and stuff to be placeholder, and then I went over to my friend Denise McMurray, who, if you look up on the whole GameFAQs site or whatever, you'll see that she was part of the team. She was doing level design, world building stuff at the time, along with Sydney Wolfram, and I got with those two, and I think it was Denny who threw together the art for it, which is really cool. It's like you've got a dog tag between each finger, and the rest of the necklace is like wrapped up in your fist, so it's almost like having brass knuckles with blades, razor blades. So she got that side of the equation done, and then I think Kevin Manning did some final touch-up because there were some model-specific tweaks that had to be made in order for it to jive with the editor and actually be playable in game properly. And he was, I think the lead character artist, and did a whole ton of stuff. Like he animated the Securitrons and a whole ton of characters in that game. So it was cool. We turned it in. Chris was like, oh, hell yeah. And we had two versions. One was kind of generic, and then the one that I named was Recompense of the Fallen. And Recompense is obviously like retribution for your fallen comrades. Recompense sounded cool. Yeah, so that's today's story. I'd like to do more of these in the future. I don't know how many people really care about the video game industry, but I'd be willing to bet there's a lot of Fallout fans out there that'd be interested in hearing stories. I'm going to be meeting up with some people at E3. Sydney actually is one of them, but I'll probably run into a lot of people that worked on that game and a bunch of other games, so I'll probably take my camera to E3 this year and do some video blogs to show the fans what E3 is like from a developer perspective. I think Armored Warfare is going to be shown off. We got a bunch of other games in development. Some may or may not be shown off, but it should be a very cool time this year around. So, if you guys have anything industry specific that you'd like to hear about, I'm eventually going to do a best practices vlog when I get an opportunity like this, or if I riff into it while doing other vlogs. But I've got such a backlog of topics to cover, so we'll see. So, hope you guys enjoyed the story, and I'll see you next time.
West Coast. Time to root.